Good evening, class. This is workshop 2, discussion 2. My part in this discussion would be one of the jurors. HIPAA, which is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, is a U.S. law designated to provide privacy standards to protect patients' medical records and other health information provided to health plans, doctors, hospitals, and other healthcare providers. Developed by the Department of Health and Human Services, these new standards provide patients with access to their medical records and more control over how their personal health information is used and disclosed. They represent a uniform federal floor of privacy protection for consumers across the country. For this discussion, I will have to side with the plaintiff due to the fact that there is no reason to be showing your social security number or any other type of that information when the patient is going to get surgery. For this to occur, this would have to be a private email, not so it can show on the OR board stating, okay, this is the patient, this is their information. No one needs to know your personal information, who it's not designated for. This is why they have designated areas for the designated people. For example, the accounting needs to know only the accounting. The doctors needs to know what they're operating and who's the patient, their date of birth. That's all. And so on. No one needs to know your social security number. And no matter if you are working for the facility, that is still private information. For example, I work for a company that's for basically painting and pressure cleaning. I know it's not based on medical field, but it's basically almost the same concept. I am not allowed to provide personal information of other clients to other companies or other people outside of the office, because it's their personal information, it's their telephone number, their address, where they live, their name, sometimes their credit card history. I'm not allowed to provide any of those type of information. If not, they can actually sue the company. And this facility had no right to share her personal information. If it was basically an encrypted email or an email with a password, and they have to send it to a specific area because they need it for information for billing, etc., then maybe that's more acceptable. But how they sent it over, how they had it on the board, on the OR board, before they actually had any type, before the procedures was actually done, that would be unethical and uncalled for the professionals. And they have all the right to actually she has all the right to actually sue the medical facility, because she's a patient and she works for the company, and she still has privacy, no matter what she was in the hospital. And yeah, this is what I'm citing for the plaintiff, and I'll be adding more information in my when I write out why I sided for and why I sided with them, which is the plaintiff. Thank you.